about streets versus squares. Let's talk about the streets versus squares. Now, the reason, Bri, why we want to talk a little bit about this topic is because recently, over this past week, and I literally seen this on Instagram myself in my spare time, I seen where Big Bank Black, who's here in Atlanta, of course, with us, pretty much he had put out on Instagram that he wanted to be connected with 6ix9ine. Okay, 6ix9ine pretty much is an artist out of New York, and he had a pretty successful run in the black community at one time, but also a lot of other communities too. And he was presenting himself for some years as a street guy. And he was actually affiliating himself with different type of gangs and things of that nature. But long story short, he got locked up. A lot of other guys within the gangs that he was quote unquote affiliated with got locked up. And when it was time to go to court, go to trial, things of that nature, they say that 6ix9ine cooperated. So they call him a quote unquote rat.
Okay.
Now, Big Bank Black, being a guy here from Atlanta who in the past we've associated with being from the streets, right? We know Big Bank Black pretty much was a leader in terms of duct tape entertainment back in the day. Okay, now Big Bank Black, of course, you know, I've heard him on different pieces of content where he say, well, everybody in duct tape was bosses. I get it, but no, Big Bank Black, you was the CEO of duct tape. Let's just be all the way real. I get it, I get what you're saying, but you was the CEO, right? And I'm gonna tell you, duct tape, I've done business with duct tape back in the day. You know, I booked Alley Boy's Secrets back in the day. I've done business with Trouble back in the day, Ed Secrets, by the way, rest in peace of Trouble. You know, I never did business with Veli Sosa, but I know who he is and things of that nature. So I know them, you know. The guy that managed Big Bang Black Bri actually helped promote She Doing It, my record, at one point in time, okay? And he managed Big Bang Black when he had the Try It Out record with
I remember that.
Harris.
Yeah,
right,
remember
yeah.
that.
So yeah, I'm very familiar with that whole entire business. But here's the thing. Big Bank Black, to a lot of people, whether it's here in Atlanta or other places, they've always looked at Big Bank Black as a guy that came from the streets.
Yeah.
Right? So the thing is, they're looking at it like, okay, Big Bank Black, you came from the streets. In certain pieces of content, you talked about how you don't really respect rats and snitches and things of that nature. But then you look into interview a guy, right, who they say is a, quote unquote, what they would say a rat or a snitch.
Yeah.
Right, which is 6ix9ine. So some people are coming out saying, you know, Big Bang Black may be doing this for clout or to get more viewership on a Big Facts network platform or whatever the case may be. Why are you doing this? But then on the flip side, some people are saying, well, 6ix9ine is taking a lot of jabs at artists from Atlanta over these last years, calling out Atlanta artists as rats. He's talked about Young Thug. He's called out Gunna, right? He's talking about Gucci Man. He maybe has made some assumptions about Rollo, they say as well, potentially maybe being quote unquote what they call a rat, right? All these different artists, and pretty much they're saying like, by 6ix9ine calling out all these artists, maybe that's why Big Bang Black wants to do the interview to say, hey, let's have this real conversation.
Yeah.
What's your problem with our people here in Atlanta?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right? And I would even say this as well. I seen over the last week or so, I did watch the content that Big Bang Black did in regards to Gucci. Right? Because a lot of people wanted to hear what Big Bang was going to say about the Gucci situation. Gucci allegedly gave a statement to the Dallas, police department in regards to allegedly what took place at the studio out there with him and Pooh Shiesty and his people. And then also he comes back and make a diss record. Right? And he's talking about the situation in the diss record. So a lot of people want to know, okay, Bank, you real tied in with Gucci. What are your thoughts on this? And I looked at a clip, and not only a clip, I looked at the whole entire really podcast over the last week where Bank talked about it. And Bank said, because I'm going to say this before I go into this, because a lot of people have been clipping up this content and they just putting out little clips trying to make it seem like Bank is really just all against Gucci. Mm-hmm. They're not really showing the whole podcast. First of all, Bank said in the podcast, Gucci is my brother. Mm-hmm. Always be my brother. Period. You all can't make me turn against Gucci.
Yeah.
Now, do I agree with all his actions? No.
Yeah.
Right? But that's my brother.
That's family.
Exactly. And he said in the interview, Bri, that what he didn't agree on with Gucci with this situation. He said he do understand he did pull up on corporate business. This was not street business. He do understand it. But he said Bank put himself in his own shoes. And also he knows Gucci from back in the day. And he said, listen, if back in the day, you was taking from people. Mm. Now today, if it's happening to you, that might just be karma. You shouldn't be going and talking to them people. That's what Bank is saying.
Yeah.
Right? That's his perspective.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's karma. If you was taking from people back in the day, and now happened to you, how you gonna tell them people? Bank was just saying, listen, if the off-duty cop, the cameraman wanna go tell them people, they gonna tell them people. But your name shouldn't be in those statements if you was in the street business back in the day. And you was taking from people.
Yeah.
Right? That was Bank perspective. Hello, this is G Bass, Rise of the 1%, Rise Media. We on this Saturday evening about to get ready to knock out some podcast episodes with some individuals here in the city of Atlanta making some big moves. You can see here, look, this is how it goes down. Here when our guests come and sit down with myself, G Bass, other Rise of 1% of Rise Media, to have that conversation. To share a story, share a journey, share what you got going on. So listen, everybody got a story, everybody got a journey, and then you got some things going on, then you definitely can get with us and see if it'll be a fit to be on the Rise of 1% podcast and actually have that discussion with myself. It's going to be a link to a form you can fill out. You said www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod form. Again, www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod form. It's going to be in this video. You can fill that out. And we can see if there'll be a fit for you to come on and have that conversation with myself. If you don't fill out the form, then obviously it's not for you, and that's fine. We're looking for those that's serious. Those that's serious about rising to the top 1% are already in the 1%. That's what we're looking to sit down with myself right here. As you can see, Rise Media, Rise of the 1%. This is how we get down. And we have a great time and have a lot of fun doing it. So once again, if you're serious, make sure you fill out the form. We'll look over the form, see if it's a fit. If it's a fit, we'll reach out. If not, we won't reach out. We'll just continue to move forward. But with that said, this is G Bass. See you soon. Have a great one on purpose.